Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm just doing a quick intro because I am excited to show you the rest of this video. This video goes into and demonstrates how I made this beautiful Christmas journal holiday planner using leftover planner materials, Dollar Tree materials, planner scraps, and scrapbook paper and some cardstock to even make a chipboard like cover that is very sturdy and durable. This is a beautiful holiday planner. I made it in the span of about a couple of hours, and yeah, just keep watching the video to see how I did this from start to finish. As you know, I printed some inserts. As you can see, I am also making these inserts available to you guys for free. So keep watching throughout the video to find out how you can get these inserts free of charge and set up your own holiday journal in just a couple of hours and have something for the rest of the holidays. So stay tuned to this video. Keep watching. I can't wait for you to see this process, and hopefully you get a chance to make your own holiday journal. I am super excited about this video today because we are going to put together a Christmas journal, planner, tracker, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm excited about that, but I'm also excited because I am using a variety of materials, as you see here. And I tried to stay with materials that are accessible to just about anybody who's planning, whether you are a beginner or someone who's been doing it a long time. We are going to do everything from making our own cover with no lamination. We're going to make a chipboard style cover, not fully chipboard, but you'll see in a minute. And we're going to use materials, some planner inserts, because you know I like to print my own inserts. I have just some basic scrapbook paper from my local craft store. I have supplies from Dollar Tree. I tried to make this as accessible as possible. So if you're interested in putting something together, even this weekend, you can do this too. Watch through the entire video, and I have a nice surprise at the end. So let's get into it. Let me go ahead and take this stuff off my desk, and I'll talk about all the supplies we're going to use, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I have cleared off my desk a little bit, and I just want to talk to you quickly about the supplies. And as I do this, I'm going to talk about what motivated me to do this journal, other than the holiday, obviously. And yeah, just have some conversations about it. So excuse my mess here. I am going to go through everything that I have, and then we will be ready to get started. So I just have this little basket of all of the craft supplies I am going to use. Maybe not all, but I've just kind of organized them together, and they're very simple, guys. Some glue stick. I have some double-sided tape. I have my tape runner, and I have a little score mark. This is from the Dollar Tree. I have a craft knife and a small cutting pad in case I need it. And again, this is from the Dollar Tree as well. So again, I'm trying to use things that are accessible to everyone. So give me just a minute and I will go through my paper goods. Okay guys, I had to pause and fix my fingernail polish because I had a fingernail polish accident, but we're back. All right, so I feel like we're moving a little bit slow already, but stay with me. This is going to be a fun video, but it's going to be a little bit long because we are definitely going to do some setting up and crafting in here. All right, materials that we're going to use. Let's start with the inserts and where I got those. So, okay, these inserts are planner inserts that I drafted and, you know, did my, I created these and edited these and print and cut them. So we're just going to flip through them really quick. It's a short pack because this is a holiday journal. I'm doing this the weekend of the 15th. But we have a nameplate page. It's very festive. It just says Happy Holidays on the back. Then we have a nice quote. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Mother Teresa. And then we have just a reflection page where we, you know, try to keep the spirit of the holidays. You write something about what you're grateful for, your kindness pledge, and your self-love priority. Then this is a place for you to write a letter to Santa, because even adults need to write a letter to Santa. We have a Christmas to-do list and a Christmas bucket list. Then we have a page just called the list. This is where you are able to write down all the gifts that you are buying or whatever list you want to make for Christmas. For me, I'm going to use this as my gift list. And then we have pages. These are where you can notate your Christmas favorites. I have favorite movie, favorite book, favorite song, TV show, recipe, food, activity, and gift. And then you have an open page so that you can put whatever you want. And as I'm flipping through these, I'll just say that I printed these on my home printer, and I used cardstock. And I'll talk a little bit about the different types of paper that you can use. But we have another page for favorite Christmas movies and a Christmas playlist. And then we have 2 standalone pages so that you can write down your Christmas Eve activities and your Christmas Day activities. And then we have what I'm calling a wonky month. So this is a monthly calendar, believe it or not. And I just wanted to make it fun and festive. And so I just changed up the colors of the boxes. And I'm going to come in here and do my dates just like normal. But it just looks a little bit different. And then that pretty much finishes the journaling reflection part, I would say. And we finish this with a quote. It's not about the presents, but it is about your presence. And then we have a one-sided page, because this is going to take me into the months. So, so this is like a cover for the months section. And so I just printed this one-sided because you'll see what I do with that later on. So those are the inserts. Stick around to the end of this video and I'll talk to you about how you can get these inserts for free. So, okay. The next thing we're going to do is, like I said, in the intro to this video, we are actually going to use a lot of planner leftovers and just planner scraps. So I have this old paper from a 2023 vertical, and I am going to actually use these pages as weekly. So that's why you didn't see any weeklies in the inserts, because the intent of this journal, I'm going to pull out 5 weeks. The intent of this journal is to use what you have laying around, you guys. I think that's 4. And, you know, not spend a ton of money doing creative planning. You know, this can be a community that feels like it's not accessible for everybody, because it is very expensive to do a lot of the things that you're wanting to do in planning. And so one of the goals of my channel is to kind of always talk about alternative things that you can do to participate in the community and not spend a ton of money. So I am actually going to use these scraps to create my weeks. Yeah, and so I'm going to use that. I also have some more scrap pages. These are literally pages that I discarded. I don't really throw things away, but I took them out of an old planner as I switched planners for 2025, and when I switched for the end of the quarter in 2024. I tend to keep a lot of the papers that I take out just if I'm using it for scratch paper, testing pens and markers, if I need to use it in another planner, I like to keep those so that I'm not wasteful. So I just pulled some scrap pages that I have in my stash, and I'm going to use those in this planner as well. I also have some dot grid. Now this is a pack that I bought a long time ago, and I'm just now getting a chance to use it. So I'm actually really happy about that, and it's just regular dot grid because I'm using the materials that I have. I didn't really have to go out and buy too much for this, and what I did buy was extremely affordable. So this is what is going to make the planner inserts. Now, I'm going to sit these over to the side because the first thing we need to do is actually make the cover. So we are going to make a chipboard style cover, and we are going to use the basically cardstock. So if you're not familiar with chipboard and you don't have chipboard, you can just use cardstock. This is heavy cardstock. It could be any color. And then I'm going to combine it with a lightweight cardstock so that it's even more sturdy. And by the time we're finished, it's going to give you that feel of a chipboard cover. That is how we're going to make this no laminate Happy Planner cover. And then we're going to use various pieces of scrapbook paper to make the cover and some of our inserts. So, for example, this pack of scrapbook paper, which is absolutely gorgeous, this came from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's available now at the Dollar Tree, and it's very festive, very much into the holidays. I just went through my scrapbook packs and pulled out some scrapbook paper that I already had. I did, on my last trip to Hobby Lobby, which was earlier in the week, I did purchase this very festive red scrapbook paper, and it was like $1.50 per sheet. So that is it. Those are the supplies. Let's get into it, guys, because this is going to be fun. Okay, let us start with making the cover. The first thing you need to do when you make the cover is figure out what sizes you need the cover. So I have my little tools here, and I'm going to take a ruler and I'm just going to measure. So I'm using this Happy Planner classic size cover. This is actually a Koala plan cover, and I'm going to just quickly measure it. And this comes up just a rough measurement at about 9 3/4. And then this way I'm measuring from end to end, and this is almost 8, like 7 3/4. Now this one is laminated, so I did measure that extra clear laminate around the edge because that gives it a little bit of length, and I want my chipboard to have that same length. If I was going to laminate my own cover, then I would probably do 7.5 by 9.5, which is a little bit bigger than standard classic paper, but the covers are bigger, right? Like in your Happy Planner, your covers are slightly bigger. So we're going to use this as a guide a couple of times today. The first place we're going to use it as a guide is to actually cut our card stock. So we're just going to use a basic paper trimmer, and we're going to go ahead and cut this card stock. And we are going to trim this down. I'm going to move my tools kit out the way. We are going to trim this cardstock down. The brown is a little bit thicker. Again, you can get it any color because we're going to cover it up. But the brown is a little bit thicker. We are cutting this to 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. And this is starting off as an 8.5 by 11. So we have 9.5 and then 9 3/4. And then we're just gonna cut it. And now we're gonna do the same thing. 7, 7.5. We're going up to 7 3/4. Okay. So cut. Now we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna go 9 3/4. And then we're gonna go 7 3/4. Let's see, 7.5, 7 3/4. And I actually need to grab one more brown cardstock because we're making a front cover and a back cover. Oops, did I do that right? 9 3/4 here. Yeah, so now we're gonna do 7 3/4 this way. Okay, let me quickly grab one more one more of the brown cardstock. This one is a little heavier. The reason I'm doubling up is that I want my cover to be as sturdy as possible. So that's why I'm doubling. Now, I'm not doing double of the thicker cardstock because that would be, I think, a little bit too thick for me because I do have to punch this. So I'm combining a thick cardstock with kind of like a lightweight. I don't know, this is probably 80 to 90 pounds, and this is like your really affordable, maybe 60-pound cardstock, and I'm just going to put them together. Okay, we will bring this cutter back out because we are definitely going to be using that a lot. So the next step is to glue these together. Now, I am going to use, for this project, double-sided glue, glue stick, and a tape runner. And I'm probably going to use 2 tape runners because I bet I will run out. Because we're going to cover these, I am just going to do probably tape runner and a little glue stick. And yeah, because they're going to be covered anyway. So it's very easy to do this, you guys. Just tape your tape runner. This is going to be covered by the cardstock. Well, not the cardstock, the scrapbook paper. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to, you know, glue it down. So we're going to do this for both covers. This is just purple glue stick from Target. You can use craft glue stick. You can use you can use specialty glue stick. You can use Elmer's. You can use craft. Whatever you have, you can use. But again, I wanted this video to be accessible. So I am using what I have easily available and what you may have easily available. This glue stick is just helping me to, you know, stick this down. When I stick my craft paper on here, my scrapbook paper, I'll probably use the double-sided tape because that gives me a stronger hold. But adding the glue stick just kind of gives you a little bit more strength here, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, so that was pretty quick. These are now doubled up. And if I just hold these up to the sample, you see it's extremely close, so we're looking good. So now the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and make our covers. We are going to use this beautiful red candy striped scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby on their 40% off sale. And on the inside of the cover, we are going to use the Merry Everything and Happy Always. Again, I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. And so the cover will basically look like this. Okay, and we have 2 of these, one for the front and one for the back. So let's go ahead and get into this, and I will show you how to do this. We're going to take this one cover at a time. So I am actually going to need to trim these down because I want to, I'm not going to use all of this, but I want to set this in the center and then have a little bit left over on the edge so that it folds over. And you have a smooth edge all the way around. So we're going to cut this, but we're not going to cut these to 9. We're not going to use the same measurements as we did for the cardstock, because we want it to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to go up by almost 1.5 inches, I think. Yeah, I think about 1.5 inches. So let's see. I want this to be 9 by 11 then. And I want this to kind of go this way, I think. So we're going to go 9. Well, actually, you know what? The inside has to be a different measurement. So we're going to do the 2 cardstocks at 9 by 11. I want to make sure that we're correct. Yes. But I think I need to go this way. To do 9. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure that this is measured correct. Okay, we're going to do 11 the long way. And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do 9. Okay. That's perfect. And we'll save these scraps. We may be able to use them later on. All right, so now the 2 on the inside, they need to be smaller than 9 by 11 because they're not going to hang over, right? They're just going to go on the inside. So they actually need to be 7.5 by 9.5 because they're going to go on the inside of the cover. And I think they're going to go this way. So this way needs to be 7.5. So this is smaller than the actual cover by 1/4 inch. And then we're going to do 9.5. I hope I cut this correctly because this looks really small. In fact, is this 7.5? Well, it says it's 7.5. We'll see. We will see. So we're going to do 9.5. Okay. So those are the cover files. Now let's take the outside cover for the front. And we are going to use this, and this is the inside cover. This is the inside cover. The first thing we're going to do, I'm actually going to glue this down with the white side out. Although it's all going to be covered, I'm going to glue it with the white side out. So we are going to take our double-sided tape and come in here and just glue down this sheet. Now this double-sided tape has a backing on it, but you can just use regular double-sided tape that you know, scotch that comes on the roll like you just buy normally. That's perfectly okay. But they do sell this at the Dollar Tree with this paper backing if you're interested. Because again, we're using affordable supplies that are accessible to most people. So if you have a Dollar Tree in your area, you can get a roll of this double-sided tape for $1.25, or you could just use your tape runner. You can do that as well. I have this, and so this gives me an excuse to use it. But if I didn't have this, I probably would have just used my tape runner and some glue stick. So I'm going to go ahead and tape both of these, front and back, just because I have the tape out. So, you know, have your supplies out. If you have to do multiple things, do it all at once, and that saves you a little time. So the good thing about having this tape that has a paper covering on it is that you can sit this to the side and come back and use it when you're ready, because the paper covering will be removed when you're ready to stick it down. Okay, almost done with this. Now, while I get this taped up, let me say what inspired me to make this planner. I saw everybody else have holiday planners, I'll be honest with you. And I wanted one. And I didn't want to spend the money. And then I finally bit the bullet. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend the money on it. Because, you know, it'll be nice to have a paper planner. So, I ordered one from Koala Plan. I thought she had the best holiday planner that I saw. And so she had a sale. I went to the sale and I was so happy that the holiday planner was available because it had previously been sold out. I ordered it, and then about a week later, I got an email saying that it was an error on the website and that the planner was actually still sold out, and so they were going to refund me the money. They were really nice about it, and they did refund me the money. However, that still left me without a planner. And so I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to make my own. And so that's when I decided to go ahead and just, you know, make my own. And that's how I decided to do this. And I said, and not only am I going to make my own, I'm going to use what I already have. Okay guys, so all I did was just remove the backing from that double-sided tape, and now I'm sticking it down into the center of my cardstock, and I am just smoothing it out so that it is you know, firmly stuck. Now I'm taking this scoring tool, which I got from the Dollar Tree, so if you don't have one, you can pick one up, and I'm just going around the edges of my cardstock to create a scoring line. Now, what scoring does is it just trains your paper to fold. And so if you look here, you can see the line. Well, that was really quick, but yeah, that just helps your paper fold a little bit better. I am now just taking my craft knife and I am cutting out the edges so that when I fold this paper over and it overlaps, it has a nice sharp edge. That's called mitering. I'm not great at it, but I can do it, you know, well enough. It just kind of gets rid of some of that extra paper that you always find when you fold. So I'm just using the desk to help me fold my edges over, and you can see how sharp those edges are. That's because I used that scoring tool. And now I'm going to come back in with this double-sided tape so that the edges can stick down. This is why the cardstock for the cover, I cut it larger than the size of the cover so that I could have these flaps to stick onto the other side. This allows me to have a nice smooth edge all the way around the cover. And so that's why I think I cut that, I think it was like 9 by 11. And so it was about 1.25 inches over the measurement of the cover. So That is exactly why I did that, so that we could have that nice smooth edge all the way around. So now I'm just kind of going through making sure that this is stuck down. I put extra double-sided tape on the edge so that it can stick. I did notice that the edges were sticking up just a little bit, so I just put some small pieces right on top of the folded corners so that it sticks nicely. And I'm just being careful that I don't take this tape all the way to the top, because remember, I have that paper with the Merry Christmas words written on it. That's going to be my inside liner, so I cut that shorter all the way around than the cover, because it's not going to go all the way to the edge of the cover. You'll see what it looks like when I tape the inside down, but that means I don't want tape all the way to the edge, because then I'll have like open tape and it'll just pick up all type of gunk and stuff. So I'm just using my smoother to smooth those edges, make sure everything is stuck. Anything that's trimmed off, I just trim it with the scissors. If you find that you have some sharp edges, you could just tap your desk and it'll make them a little bit less sharp. So now I'm putting down the inside liner, and you saw how it was a little bit shorter all the way around than the cover, and that just kind of gives it a nice finished look. So this is kind of like closing in that white space, and I'm using my double-sided tape again. I don't remember if I said this or not, but I did get this tape at the Dollar Tree, so this is one of the Dollar Tree supplies. And again, you may be wondering, why go through this hassle? Why not just use your double-sided your tape runner? I will use the tape runner for a lot of things you see me do today. But this double-sided tape is actually a little bit stronger than just the tape runner. So that's one of the reasons why I, go through the hassle of using it when it can be kind of a little bit of a mess, right? It could be a little messy. So let's put this here. And I have to say, I am not what I would call an experienced crafter. I am not. So someone who does paper crafting and scrapbooking or whatever, they would probably do this quickly, get this done quickly, and call it a day. And I kind of struggle with it. I don't necessarily make the best decisions with it, like covering up that paper right here, covering up that tape right there, because I didn't. I should have waited to do that, but that's okay. That's life. That's life. But I just do the best that I can. And that's what's important. It's just doing the best that you can. Because, see, I messed that up just a little bit. But like I said, I'll make it work either way. So, when you guys are doing these crafts, don't get so caught up in, is it perfect? Is this the way so-and-so would have done it? Just do it the way you do it. Just cleaning this up. On my next cover, I'll obviously have learned from these mistakes, right? Okay, the reason I don't want it so chunky right there is that red and white, this red and white paper is really just paper. It's not cardstock of any type. It's very lightweight paper. So you'll see if it's too many lumps in there. Okay, here we go. This is how the cover is going to work. So we are going to take this right here on the edge, all the way over to that edge, and there we go. Smooth it down, and you're going to have a nice inside cover. Is it perfect? No. Is it nice? Yes. Okay, and if you feel this, this gives you the feel of a chipboard cover. So I'm going to go ahead, put you on pause, and do the second cover, and then come back and we will decorate. So now we have a front cover and a back cover, and this is what they look like. Some glue residue right there. Okay, they are candy stripe in the front, inside front cover that says happy always, merry everything, and then candy stripe in the back. So we are just going to go ahead and put a little bit of decor on the front cover. These are very similar to chipboard. Are they chipboard? No, but we use strong cardstock to get that look and feel. They are very sturdy. You can't feel them, but you can kind of hear how sturdy they are as I move them around. These will last you. So we are just going to do a quick decor to kind of decorate this front cover. Put the back cover off to the side. I have just cut out a small piece of this beautiful, it's hard to see, but there is some beautiful glittery scrapbook paper. This came from the Dollar Tree in a pack of 4. It had silver, gold, white, and black. And it's very smooth. This is not the type of glitter paper where the glitter comes off. You see, it's not coming off at all. Okay, we are just going to go ahead and put this down, and then we're going to center Mary in here. See, I think this is kind of a square. I think I want it this way. Yes, and then, yeah, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to just take some double-sided tape. Good old trusty double-sided tape. I am not an expert at using this double-sided tape, if you couldn't tell, as I worked on the planner. But you know what? I make it work. I make it work. And we're also going to do a little bit of the tape runner and maybe even some glue, because we do not want this to come up, right? This is going to be our decoration for the front of the planner. So we want it to stay. Okay, there we go. I have a little bit of glue stick here, and we are going to take some of the extra, not extra, but just some of the kind of precision work tape runner and go around the edges. Again, this is just kind of a little bit of overkill. And then where we can, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue here. Now, I wouldn't use liquid glue. Glue stick is fine, but you're working with paper, and it can cause some of these thinner papers to buckle if you use like a liquid glue. So I would just be careful with that. Yeah, and I'm just, you know, not measuring it, just kind of eyeballing it right there in the center. And then we're going to put this right here in the center. And again, we're just going to use one little piece of double-sided tape. And then we are going to take that off, and we're going to do some glue. Tape runner here. And again, you guys can use all tape runner. Don't feel like you have to use that double-sided tape if you don't have it. Again, the point is to repurpose what you have, right? Even this Merry Christmas ephemera, I got this out of a paper pack that I bought last year. Is that straight? Nope. Is it okay? Yes. Now, if I would have put some glue stick, it might have been a little bit easier to pull this up, but I'm going to leave it because I'm okay with it. The next thing we're going to do to wrap this up for the cover is we are going to put the date just in simple numbers right here, 2024, right here in the corner. 20. I tried to print some numbers on some of my clear transparent paper, but my printer was acting a mess. It was really acting up. It was like not pulling the paper in. It was causing a paper jam. And I just said, you know what, I'm just fine, whatever numbers I have. Because again, I really wanted to make this as accessible as possible to people, so that, you know, if you don't have a Cricut, then you don't have to worry about it. You can still do this if you, you know, just with your basic numbers and such. Okay, this is the cover, you guys. I really love it. I think I'm going to grab something for the back really quick. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I have a couple of things I think I might want to use. I have this Blessed. I don't think I'm going to use the Blessed though. I grabbed it, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I do want to just put a Made with Love sticker on my back cover here. And again, I got this at Hobby Lobby during, you know, on their 40% off week. If you guys didn't know, Hobby Lobby literally has they put their paper crafting stuff on sale like every 2 weeks, and it's 40% off, and that includes Happy Planner. So I try to hit up those sales whenever I can to get little things like this. I've had this for a long time because the point of this video is to use things that you have laying around, and so I just grabbed this sticker because I bought it a while ago and I never used it. So yeah, and I always make my planners so I could use it anytime, but I haven't. Okay, so this is what we have. So this is the back. See where it says Made with Love? You can barely see that, but I can. This is the front. Love it. It says 2024 right there. Now we need to punch these. So I'm going to use this as a guide again. And we are just going to go in. I'm going to punch the first one. So I'm just going to line this up. And I am going to use a pen. And I'm going to start in the center. I'm just going to make a little mark right here in the center. Now, to punch these, you're not going to be able to use the Happy Planner full punch that you've seen me use before. You need something like the We Are Memory Keepers, because this punches through thicker material. And this is probably, as far as accessibility, you may not have this. And if you don't, then you could try and hand cut out your punches. You can do that. I wouldn't suggest it. You can also use a single hole punch and then cut out the stems. There's a way to do that. I've never done that, but I've seen people do that as well. But if you are going to be making any type of printables or planners, or if you have an interest in doing that, this is probably an investment that you might want to make. You can catch these on sale. Again, Hobby Lobby has their Happy Planner. Well, that's not Happy Planner. That's We Are Memory Keepers. I would say Michael's probably has sales on We Are Memory Keepers maybe once a month at 30 or 40% off, or catch them when they have a coupon, excuse me, of like 40% off one item. And you can get this for about $15. Regular price, I think it's about $25. Sometimes they're on Amazon for about $16 or $17 as well.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started punching. I am going to punch this upside down so that I can see that little black mark that I made, and I can center that in the punch window. And once you center your first punch, all you need to do is turn the puncher over and line up that first punch with the guide on the holder, and you could just punch the rest of your holes. And as long as you've measured correctly, you should get 9 holes, and they're going to line up perfectly with the Happy Planner punch and with what your printouts are. So I am now going to go ahead and do the second cover, so the back cover, and this time I use the front cover as the guide, not the Happy Planner Classic original guide, because the front cover and the back cover are the two covers that are going on this planner. So I need to make sure that they have the exact holes, right? So I use the front cover to kind of tell me where I need to punch on the back cover. That makes sense.
Now, here are our two covers. And we're going to come in, and again, I'm repurposing my planner materials. So I have some mini white discs from an older Happy Planner notebook that I was not using. And I am going to pop these on. And once, I might do this one at a time. Once I pop these on, my covers will be ready, and I'll be ready to do the inserts. And we guys will have our own Christmas journal that we made from Dollar Tree materials and scraps. So we're gonna go ahead and put the back on, and you're just popping it on. It's nice and thick, you guys, which is a good thing, because that means it's gonna last, and that's what you want. Okay, there we go. How gorgeous is that? Right? Opens nicely, great size, lovely. Have some scraps here that we are going to use because we're not finished. We have to set up some of these inside pages. So let's get it. Remember, these are some of the pages we're going to use. So we're going to go ahead and put these in. I've already cut and punched these. So except this one, because we're using this one as a cover. So we're going to go ahead and pop these in. Right? So see how straightforward this is? Okay. Lovely. How beautiful is this? Now remember, we have these dot grids. These are going to go in the back because the way I intend to use this holiday planner journal, I think I'm going to call it a journal, is that I'm going to have a monthly calendar, and then I'm going to have my weeks, right, for the whole month of January. And that's where the planner, more of the planner scraps come in. But I'm also going to do a 12 days of Christmas, which starts today, I believe. And for each of the 12 days, I am going to just do some memory keeping on these dot grid journals. Not really memory keeping, more just targeted decoration. So I needed to put 24 of these in here because I'm doing a 2-page spread for each day. And I think I had 30 sheets, so I just went ahead and put all 30 sheets in here. And so that's why I have these blank grids in the back. This will be a countdown for the 12 days of Christmas. And like on the 12th day, which is today, I'll decorate these two. And then on the 11th day, I'll decorate these two, and so forth and so forth. So to make the weeklies though, this is where I am going to use some custom pages, and I'm going to use these planner scraps to make my weeklies. So that's the next thing that we are going to work on. This is going to be the cover for the month. So where is, or I should say for the beginning of my weeklies, because my monthly is in here somewhere, is right here. And then after this monthly, we're gonna start the weeklies right here. So let's get into it. Let us put this to the side, and let's start on our first weekly. So
okay, guys, before we jump into the weekly, let me just take a moment and say I am making this planner free to anyone who joins the Planning by Eva community. It is free to join. The link is down below. It is on Patreon, but anyone who joins the free community tier will be able to download this free holiday journal. So you guys can jump into making your own holiday journal this weekend if you'd like to do so without paying a cost or waiting for shipping. Okay, so let's dive into making the weeklies. Now, in the journal that I'm giving away those inserts that I've already put in. Because remember, I'm using planner scraps and leftover pages and scrapbook pages to customize my weeklies for the month. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Use what you have in your stash. So go through your papers and see if you have leftover planner pages, if you have leftover scrapbook pages, whatever you need to do, be creative with it. I decided to get a little bit creative on my weeklies and kind of go with a different Christmas theme each week. So that's what I'm doing here. I just went through my scrapbook paper kind of in a de-stash mode for the end of the year, and I ran across these really pretty Christmas scrapbook papers that I didn't use from 2023, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make some scrapbook paper type weekly inserts, and that's what I'm doing. I chose a different theme for each week. So the first week in December, which of course is already gone because I'm doing this the weekend of the 13th, the first week I am using a Candyland kind of bright pink and fun candy theme. I am going to use these weeks kind of for memory keeping more than anything else. So I thought being a little bit fun and different would be great. So all I did was just take some of that leftover scrapbook paper and I trimmed it down to standard Happy Planner page size, which is 7 by 9.25. And then I layered it together to create that multicolored look. So I am going to use vertical inserts for each week. And I am actually going to go ahead and trim out the boxes on the vertical pages. So these are planner scraps. These are vertical inserts from a 2023 planner. I do not use vertical inserts or vertical planners in my everyday planning, but this is why I will buy a vertical planner on clearance, because you can always be creative, especially with memory keeping, and use those pages. I love vertical planners for memory keeping and for decorating and for creative books, because most of the stickers are designed for vertical planners, and so they just go so well in those planner layouts. I just don't use them for personal planning, but it's going to be great in this journal. So I just trimmed out the weekly layout. I usually trim off that sidebar, but I left it on this first week. And then I'm just going to go in and I am putting some date labels, just being really colorful because this is a colorful Christmas weekly spread. And yeah, then I'm going to go in and just putting a little bit more tape to make sure everything is stuck down really well. And then I'm going to find some numbers to date this week. One thing that I will say is I'm just setting up the layout in my journal. I'm actually not going to do any decorating of each week in this video. One, because the video is already going to be over an hour long. And two, I'm actually setting up this holiday journal to do some planning in collaboration with my mom, who is also a planner. She is more of a memory keeper, if I'm being honest with you, but she started this 12 days of holiday, 12 days of Christmas memory keeping, and I wanted to do that with her. And so we are going to actually plan together. And so I'm just setting up the layout, but I will be doing the planning off camera. Okay, guys, so I am now setting up the second week. And you'll notice that I'm going to use scrapbook paper all the way throughout all of these weeks because I went through my stash and found these winter or holiday themed papers, and I am repurposing what I have. We are using planner scraps. Okay, so for week 2, I am going kind of with the blue Christmas theme. There's a beautiful set of blue stickers in one of the Live Love Posh books, and I printed out some beautiful blue Christmas stickers, and I've been using them for a couple of weeks, and I just fell in love with the blue Christmas theme for this year. So I'm going to do that for week 2. But before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and trim out all of my weekly verticals so that I won't have to do it for each week. All right, so I am using this beautiful white glitter page from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to layer that with some of the scrapbook paper that I found in my stash. Most of my scrapbook paper comes from Hobby Lobby. I am not the type of person to spend $30 on a pack of scrapbook paper. I'm a planner. I'm not a scrapbooker. So that's not my priority. But when they go on sale for like $4.99 at Michael's or $4 or $3 at Hobby Lobby, or $2 at Hobby Lobby for a holiday pack, I will buy it. And that's where this came from. So I am doing the color block at the top with the white glitter cardstock at the bottom, just to let you know that cardstock from Dollar Tree is fairly heavy. It's about the same weight as what I used for the planner cover, which is about I would say between 70 to 90 pounds. And then the blue scrapbook paper that I found in my stash, that's the weight of just regular paper. So I consider the weights when I try to determine which one is going to be like the main sheet of paper versus the accent paper. Because some of these scrapbook papers are really thin and they just wouldn't hold up that well, flipping back and forth on the rings. So all of that kind of goes into it. But I love this blue layout so far. I am just putting some dates on here. I can't really see the black dates that well, but that is okay. And then I found some dates to go along with that. Y'all, I thought those dates were black. They are not. They're like this odd light brown, but I'm a roll with it. I didn't figure that out until the planner was completely done. And that is okay too. It all works. So we're going ahead and we're going to move into week 3 for December. And this time I am using a checkered pattern with a red and white Merry Christmas. I think this is the same Merry Christmas that I have on the inside liner of the covers, except the colors are reversed. That script was in red. This script is in white. And I really like the script. Both of these sheets of paper are thin scrapbook paper. Neither of these are cardstock weight. So I chose to, I believe I'm doing a torn look on this. So that way at least one page will kind of be like doubled up. And I chose to go with the torn look on the checkered pattern because that was a little bit less busy and it balances out the script on the red. So because you have to consider, I am still decorating these weeks, so they're going to be decorative stickers put on here. So I thought the black and white checkered pattern would be a good base for any additional stickers I decide to use, but that red is just a really nice pop of color. So what I'm just doing here now is tearing the paper, and I'm just showing you that if you want to get that torn look like vintage, if you tear the paper towards you, you get that extra white. You reveal the core of the paper and you get that white edge. If you tear it away from you, you don't get that white edge and it's just a different look. So that's what I was kind of showing you there. But yeah, I'm just taking one of these pre-cut verticals that I trimmed in preparation for this, and I am just putting it down to set the week. And all I do is just I kind of eyeball this. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. And so then I'm going to go ahead and punch it. And look, here we go. Happy Planner is messing with my punches. This Happy Planner punch is a very expensive tool. Regular price is like $50. And guys, you can only punch like one sheet of paper in Happy Planner. It does not like you to punch any type of heavier material. It doesn't like you to double up on any paper. It always kind of clogs itself up and you got to clean it out and do all that type of stuff. But it's just not that many mushroom punches available for home planners. And so it's an essential tool. I would advise you to get it when it's on 50% clearance at Michael's, and you can get it for like $25. Sometimes they go on sale on Amazon as well. Sometimes they're on sale at Happy Planner. I did not pay full price for mine. I got mine for about $20. But if you were just to go today and pick one up, they would be like probably $45 to $50 unless they're on sale at Amazon. I'll try to put a link down below if you're interested. I do suggest that you get one because how else are you going to punch your pages? I will say I do have a Levenger and an arc punch, which is like half the cost. It punches better, but the stem isn't quite as long as the Happy Planner punches. So you know, it's up to you. I'll try to link both of what I have down below. They both work fine, honestly, but the Levenger is just nicer if you're punching a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're going into week 4. And this is the week of Christmas. And so I really wanted to stay with the traditional colors. So I went with red and silver. And again, I am just in love with this Dollar Tree glitter paper, you guys. If I could have used it on every single layout during the month, I would have. It is that nice. So I really wanted to kind of highlight that silver, but still stay with the red, because I know that the sticker set I'm going to use during this week is going to be traditional colors. So what I decided to do was use both of them equally, because I love that silver and I couldn't bear to tear it or not use it as much as the red. So I chose to kind of do a contrast and do red on one side with silver lines and silver on the other side with red lines. And I thought that would look great. And I love how it came out. And so I just took some of the scraps from trimming it down to Happy Planner Classic size. And I made just strips of alternating colors to paste to the top of the silver page and to the bottom of the red page. And I'm going to go ahead and get this trimmed out. And I really like the way that came out. Are my strips perfectly straight? No. Are they all equal in the same size? No. But this is a handmade planner and I love it. I love the way it turned out, and I get to see the full silver page and the full red page, and it looks amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick down my verticals just like I have been doing before. And then I'm going to try and find some numbers. So while I stick this down, let me just take a minute and say, please keep in mind that I am giving away. Oh, wait, before I even go into that, let me point out Happy Planner again. I had to stop and fix this punch again. So this is why I was saying having that We Are Memory Makers tool, which really doesn't do this, is essential. Now, you can, you don't want to hand hold your pages if you have to punch more than a couple. But yeah, it's just good to have. But if you just notice, if you mess up a punch like I just did, I just put a piece of paper in the back, and that way when I repunch it, it'll fix your mistake. But anyway, as I was saying, the planner inserts for this journal, they are available for free. Check the link down below. If you join our community, you can download this for free. It is free to join the community at the free level. So please go ahead and do this and download this beautiful journal. Okay, so I am now moving into week 5, and I really wanted to go with black and gold because week 5 in December is actually a part of week 1 in 2025, so it's New Year's week. And I am going to obviously use some New Year's stickers, and I'm going with the black and gold theme, which is pretty much a traditional New Year's theme. And I like traditional colors around New Year's and Christmas. So I decided to use this gorgeous paper pack, those gold flowers on that, the gold foil flowers on that scrapbook paper came from a celebration paper pack from Hobby Lobby. I think I paid $2 for the entire pack, and it includes stickers and ephemera and beautiful gilded pages, and so I really wanted to highlight that. So I am doing a half and half look for this particular week, half black, half gold foil flowers, and this might be my favorite layout of the weeks in this holiday journal. It just looks so good and so elegant. I cannot wait to use my black and gold book in this layout. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and putting down the vertical layouts, and then I'm going to find some days and numbers so that I can date this week. And you notice that I stopped punching with that Happy Planner punch because it was just getting clogged up every single time. So once I finish the this week, I'm going to go back and do some punches. I also forgot to label the week before, so I'm going to go back and put some date labels on that as well. But yeah, I'm just looking in my Hobby Lobby book for some suitable day covers, and I am going to go with this white and gold. I think it looks so beautiful and elegant. As I put these on here, I'm noticing though that they don't really want to stick to this glitter paper. They stick fine on the just regular paper, like the foil paper, they stick fine. But the glitter cardstock, they don't want to stick. So an easy solution to that is just to take your glue stick and put a little glue stick on the back of your sticker, and it'll stick just fine. This is one of the reasons why, even though we work with stickers, you still want to have some glue stick around because it will help you when you're, working in your planner. So I just put in a little glue stick and they are pretty much good to go. I'm looking for some numbers now. And I just decided to go with these gold foil numbers just to stay with the black and gold and white theme here. I really love the way this looks. If I'm being honest with you, I'm really not that concerned with the dates or numbers, because I am going to use these weeks primarily for memory keeping. And yeah, but you want to have a full layout. So I'm going ahead and putting the numbers and the days there. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a memory keeping journal for me. So, I have 10 other planners where I record my activities, but this is going to be a great way to come back in and, drop in some pictures, talk about what we did that week. That's the point of a holiday planner, right? And that's how I intend to use it 100% fully. So yeah, I just kind of went back to the prior week so that I could put some dates and numbers. Here I am using those brown stickers again, thinking they're black. About halfway through when I was putting stickers up, that's when I realized, oh, these aren't black. These are like brown, but they're so light you can't even tell. So I'm good to go with that. But yeah, so that wraps up all of the weeks in December. And now I just need to take my We Are Memory Keepers punch and manually punch holes in these pages when my Happy Planner punch just gave out on me. And so I'm just doing the same technique that I did with the cover. I find the center. I do that just by lining up something I've already punched or a Happy Planner page, whatever. And I punch that first hole, and then I just use the guide on the tool to punch all the rest of the holes. So I have all of my weeks punched, ready to insert into my planner. They look amazing. As I flip through, I noticed that I had one page that I did not punch. And so I think I'm going to go in and punch that. But yeah, now I'm just going to put these weeks directly into that journal. And this is why I printed this cover page one-sided, because I knew I was going to use scrapbook paper for my weeks. And so that first week, it was going to just have like the back of a used page or the back of scrapbook paper. So I printed this one-sided page as a cover for that. I'm struggling a little bit with getting it down, and it's just not going down straight. So I decided to use the rings to help me a little bit. I put in the paper with the tape runner on it, and then I just kind of fold over that first page, and it just naturally falls where it's supposed to. And that worked beautifully. So now I'm just going to go in and pop in the rest of these weeks that I've designed. And I'm putting them in order, and I love it. They all look slightly different. I've customized this to look the way I want it to look. You see that page I sat over to the side. That's when I realized that I didn't punch that page, and so I'm going to use the Happy Planner punch because that is thin paper. That checkered paper is thin paper, so it worked. But yeah, this is customized to me, and I love it. If you are going to set up your own planner, your own holiday journal using these inserts, keep in mind, it doesn't have those weeklies. And that's on purpose. It's so that you can customize how you want your weeklies to look, or if you don't want to include weeklies, or if you just want to take some weeklies out of an old planner and repurpose them, you can. So this is the journal complete, guys. I absolutely adore it. I will go in and tape together those weeks so I don't have those blank pages in there. And then that will be it. The dot grid is going to be used for my 12 days of Christmas. This looks amazing. I hope you download this planner and build it yourself. Thank you for watching.